Next on Webster News tonight, a new police chief takes over in Webster. What he says his goals are as head of the department. Plus, more Americans are choosing to fly to their destinations this holiday than ever before. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. The countdown to Christmas is on, and so is the holiday travel rush. More people than ever before are opting to get to their destination by plane. According to AAA, 6.7 million Americans will fly this year. It's a more than 4% increase from last year and the highest level in 15 years. Travelers we spoke with weren't surprised at this statistic.
Busier. I think they're better with making things faster with everything online or online check-in and stuff. But it's definitely busier.
AAA says there are reasons for the increase in travel this year, including the low gas prices and the strong economy. The Millbury Fire Department on scene of an electrical fire earlier this afternoon. The fire broke out at Petsmart in Millbury around 2:30 this afternoon. Fire Chief Richard Hamilton says they received a call saying there was a fire running up the wall. He says the outcome could have been a lot different if it weren't for one employee jumping quickly into action.
On arrival, we found an electrical plug that had been on fire, and the employee used an extinguisher and put it out. So it was like a perfect kind of situation. They moved all the pets, they put the fire out, and everybody was waiting for us when we got outside when we got here.
Petsmart is back open, but the room where the electrical fire started will not be used until it's cleaned up by crews. Christmas is 4 days away, and for those who like to procrastinate, now is the time to squeeze in some last-minute holiday shopping. Solomon Pond Mall was filled with shoppers on Friday. Our Chandler Walsh has the story.
The hunt is on for last-minute gifts.
The parking lot's jammed, all good problems to have this time of year. It's just been fun.
I like the craziness of it and trying to find a bargain.
Solomon Pond Mall is busy with shoppers these last few days before Christmas. Marketing Director Matthew Dyer says they've extended their hours to keep up with shopper demand.
We want to give our shoppers the opportunity to get as much shopping in as they can. You know, everyone has busy schedules and needs to get out at certain times of the day, so we just try and accommodate our customers as best we can.
Leah Picarelli and Cheryl Groh stopped by the mall Friday to buy presents for nieces and nephews and also picked up fun gifts for a Yankee swap.
You don't see David Bowie calendars every day.
They say the bulk of their shopping is done, but are making some final purchases and hope to finish before the weekend.
Leah had today off, I took today off, and let's just make a day of it and just take our time and
Poke around and see what we come up with.
It's a family affair for the Aguines. They're happy to be spending a rainy day surrounded by holiday spirit.
We flew in from Michigan a couple days ago, and we have family here, so we didn't want to fly with gifts, so now we're out shopping.
Dyer says a benefit to last-minute purchases, several stores at the mall are also having holiday sales. He says the lines, especially to see Santa, are long this year.
You're seeing it late in the season, and it's people having fun and making new holiday traditions.
Chandler Walsh, Webster News Tonight.
The holidays are typically filled with large meals and decorations, but local veterinarians say it can be a dangerous time for pets. Tufts Cummings School of Veterinary Medicine says the holidays are one of the busiest times of year for their emergency department. Dr. Jonathan Babiak says cats and dogs eating chocolate is common around the holidays, but can be dangerous for the animals. He also says keeping a close eye on pets around Christmas decorations is important.
Their owners may be distracted, pets are more likely to get into things, or there's just more fun things hanging around the house to explore. Christmas decorations like ornaments or garlands or tinsel or all those sorts of things can be ingested by dogs and cats. In fact, just last week we had a cat who came in with the metal hook of a ornament stuck in the back of their throat.
Dr. Babiak says that cat is doing okay. He says if you believe your pet has eaten something it shouldn't, they're open through the holidays. This Christmas may be a tough one for national grid workers. It's been about 6 months since 1,250 local national grid workers have been locked out. The lockout came after the company and union couldn't come to an agreement on future employee benefits. Paul Safaro has worked for National Grid for 30 years and is among those left without a salary and health care.
2 years ago, had a heart stent put in and have been well afterwards, but I had to cancel doctor visit with my cardiologist after we were locked out. But there's many people out there who have much worse, spouses and kids with cancer, and it's been a scramble.
Sunrise Detox in Millbury made a donation to workers for the holidays and encourages others to do the same.
I think that we all need to look outside ourselves and remember that there are other people out there in need.
A bill to extend unemployment benefits has just passed the Senate and will now go to the House. The town of Webster is getting a new police chief. Michael Shaw has been with the department for decades and says he's excited for the next step in his career. Our Rosalind Flaherty spoke with him today and has more.
Webster Police is the only department Deputy Chief Michael Shaw has worked for. In January, he will become the new chief.
I'm excited, but I'm also nervous at the same time because obviously, you know, everyone's expectations are high, and as well they should be. So you obviously want to fulfill those.
Current Chief Timothy Bent is retiring after 13 years in the position.
He really brought us through from where we were. We were kind of in a really bad spot as far as an organization when he took over, and then under his leadership and guidance, we were able to really come to where we are today, which I think is one of the best departments in Central Mass.
Town Administrator Doug Willardson says they went through an assessment center to choose a new chief, and Shaw came out on top.
He's dedicated to this community and wants to do a good job and make it a better and safer place.
Shaw became a patrolman in May of 1997 and says he took the promotions as they came. He wants the department to keep moving forward and keep their staffing levels up.
We're finishing up some procedures and hiring full-time people to get our full-time patrol officers complement where it needs to be. And then we're going to look at expanding some of our internal departments like our detective bureau.
He says the department has a great relationship with the Board of Health, Fire, and Building Department. He wants to see it continue so they can tackle problem properties in town to ensure safety.
Trying to go after some of these properties and the people that own them, the landlords that allow people to live there in you know, somewhat deplorable conditions, and to hold them responsible.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
1 year ago today, Worcester EMS paramedics delivered a baby boy before the mother could even get to the hospital. Friday, the family and paramedics saw each other for the first time since then. Our Olivia Lemon has the story.
A happy reunion for Joshua de Silva's first birthday. Worcester EMS paramedic Sean Doherty and Andrew Person delivered Joshua 1 year ago today.
It's cool. He definitely looks a lot different than the last time I saw him. He looks a lot warmer, that's for sure.
Joshua's mom, Leonie, says her older son Isaac's delivery was almost 12 hours. So when she realized Joshua was coming much quicker, her husband called 911 right away.
They told him that he was going to have to do labor, so I started screaming, and then he started screaming, so we had to call my sister-in-law, and she helped us until the EMTs arrived.
The two paramedics say Joshua's umbilical cord was wrapped around his neck, but they were able to act quickly and save the baby.
Joshua did great after that. Started crying immediately, and it was just a nice, easy ride to the hospital.
It was emotional. It was like a happy moment, like when you give birth, you just see like that little bundle of joy.
Leonie wanted to thank the first responders who brought her youngest into the world.
They were super professional, and they did a great job in keeping myself calm, and my husband, he was freaking out too. So I just wanted to thank them as much as I could.
The paramedics even gave Joshua a toy medical kit in case he ever decides to join their profession.
Brought him a medical kit, actually, that we picked up on the way here. We were trying to find the ideal present, and this seemed to be the best one.